Get started on our snowman picture. We've learned about the element of shape, and today we're going to be using circles. And we learned a little bit about perspective, which means seeing things from a different point of view. In this case, we're going to be seeing our snowman from above, as if we're flying above him. You're going to get 3 pieces of paper. One piece of paper is a full piece of paper. You're going to flip it over and write your name on the back and your group number. So I would write Sarah is my first name, and then whatever your group number is, circle it, okay? And then set that aside. That paper gets set aside. We don't need it. And then you've got 2 other pieces of paper, and those we are going to use those today. So the first one is a little half piece of paper and then a full piece of paper. You're also going to see these 2 templates at your table. The first thing we're going to do is take turns going around and using the templates. So the first one I'm going to do is this half piece of paper gets this circle template, okay? So we have someone hold it down while you trace around. So this, just with one circle, this little tiny circle, that gets on the half piece of page. And they match up, they're the same size, okay? Then we set that aside and pass this to the next person. When you get this template passed to you, we put it on the big piece of paper. Not the one with our name, the one without our name, okay? And we're going to, here, let's put it this way. It might be easier if we put it this way. We're gonna match it up so that both circles fit on the page, okay? And we're going to trace. We're going to have one person hold it, and while we trace, we're going to very carefully trace the big circle and the small circle, okay? And then we pass it to the next person. And when every person has 3 circles, 1, 2, 3, you're going to bring these up to my desk, and we're going to get started. So I am going to give you a blue oil pastel, and we are going to color the outside of each circle. So we're actually going to go inside the line, but we're not coloring the whole circle. We're just doing a thin line, and remember, we want on the inside of the pencil, so not out here. That's wrong. We want it in here. On the inside, very inside of the line, we're just doing a little line going around with this blue oil pastel. Again, we are not coloring the whole circle. We're just doing a thin line on the very inside of this pencil line. And if I go over the pencil line, that's okay. Okay? Then I'm going to take my finger and kind of smear it in. I'm going to kind of smear it in. So I'm pushing towards the inside of the circle, okay? I'm pushing towards the inside of the circle. When I'm done with that, set it aside and do the same thing to these. So I'm coloring on the inside. It doesn't need to be perfect, but I'm trying to stay on the inside, and then I smear in. Take my finger and smear in. All right, and I'm going to do this one too. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect. If my paper of my oil pastels get in the way, we can just peel it. And oh, I broke that. That's okay. And I made a little mark on accident. That's okay. Just smear. It's okay that you have that little mark there. Okay. As soon as we get all of our circles done, we're going to take a scissors and, hold on 1 second. All right, scissors. We never walk around the room with the scissors, okay? We just stay seated. We don't play around with our scissors. And we don't ever cut ourselves or anyone else with the scissors, okay? Thumb goes in the small hole, bunny ears go in the big hole, okay? I'm gonna take this paper first, and I'm gonna try and cut. Now I don't cut on the inside of this blue line. I wanna see that blue line, so try and cut on the pencil. We want this blue to be showing. So don't cut in and cut off that blue. We want the blue as part of our circle. So cut on the outside of the blue, on the outside of the blue, okay? I'm going around. Once it goes slow, once I've cut it, I set this paper aside. I set this aside. And I move on to the big paper. And again, I'm cutting on the outside of the blue. I don't want to cut the blue off. I want the blue to be part of my circle. I want the blue to be part. If there's a little bit of white, like this, on the outside, that's okay. I would rather you cut far out and have a little bit of white than cut off the blue, okay? We can always add more blue if we need to, okay? So we set this aside, and now we have one more to do. And if these are getting in the way and annoying you, you could just cut them off before you start, so you have a little less paper hanging. It might make cutting a little easier. All right, so I'm cutting this, and once I cut that, I put down my scissors, put them away, throw out these extra scraps of paper, and I have my 3 circles that I'm going to glue together. So first I take the big one and lay it down. I take the middle one, make sure it's the middle one, right? Make sure that it's not the smallest. We don't want the smallest on here. We want the middle one. I'm going to put this aside. Now I don't want to glue on the side with the blue. This is the front. I do not want to put the glue on this side. I'm going to turn it over and put the glue on the side without the blue. Okay? And I don't glue this. I don't put the glue on this. I always put the glue on the actual piece. Okay? So, once I've got the glue on there, I put it in the middle and press, 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 press. Now, same thing. I'm going to do this, but I have to flip it. I don't want to put my glue on the blue side. And then I flip it back over and I press, 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 press. All right, now we are going to get a Sharpie marker and we're going to put 2 eyes on the little small one. This is our head. Okay. Then I'm going to put a button here, but it's going to be kind of like an oval. Instead of a circle, it's an oval because we're seeing it from above. We might make these kind of ovally too. All right. And then we're going to take an orange oil pastel and do a little triangle. And then we're going to take whatever color you want for your scarf. I'm going to do a green scarf. And you're just going to see a little bow here, a little circle, and then 2 lines coming off of it. That's going to show that it's like a little scarf. Okay? And then we can take, you know what, we're going to wait. We're going to wait till we glue it on to do the arms. So once you get there, stop.